Hello, and welcome to Go Fund This, a podcast from Nerds Domain. In these episodes, we'll be talking to crowdfund project managers about their projects and what excites them. Come listen as we talk about the passion they have for their project.
All right, and we're back again with Go Fund This. This is like 3 weeks in a row. This is amazing. I'm here with Rob Southgate. Say hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob. Terrible. 3 weeks in a row. Two of them are me.
Right.
I promise you I won't start another one next week.
I would hope not, because that's a lot of crowds that are funding, I guess.
Yeah, this will be it for a little while.
Okay. So real quick, since you were on last week, why don't we talk about the Pod Life book? How are you guys doing on that?
You know, it really picked up steam in the last 24 hours. We have, at the moment of this recording, we have 4 days to go.
Mm-hmm.
So if this posts tomorrow, it'll still say 4 days to go. We had a goal of 800. We're at 746. We are 93% funded. We can see the light at the end of that tunnel. I mean, $54 away. I'm already, I don't know if you recall this, but on our Kickstarter for Pod Life, we actually had put the stretch goals as hidden, and I revealed on here what the first hidden goal was. I'm telling you, all we need is, at this point, $154, and we've got that first stretch goal. We're adding 5 chapters to this book.
Excellent.
We've got 4 days to do that. I feel really confident now.
Well, and you guys exploded today, honestly. It wasn't just a little bit of steam. You guys went from under 50%, didn't you? All the way up to 93?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yep.
People are excited.
And actually, I know of a couple other people that wrote to me privately saying, I can't wait to get home from work. I'm going to be, donating tonight or tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, tomorrow's
Wonderful.
payday, so
Please.
payday's always a good time to donate.
Yeah. So, I hope people give to Houston, and I hope people donate to this to make this project the most it can be.
Excellent. Well, let's instead switch a little bit of gears. Normally, I'd ask you some questions right now, but honestly, we did those last week, and I think we're just going to skip right into your project. You are doing the third annual Southgate Media Group podcast marathon live at the Blue Box Cafe in Elgin. Tell us a little bit about that. This is the third year, so you probably have some experience under your belt there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, rather than do the questions, I can actually give a little backstory this time, which is a little different. A year ago, I was on this show talking about the second annual podcast marathon, where we did a Kickstarter for that. And that was a successful Kickstarter. I think we went 3 of our hidden things deep on that one. We ended up getting all sorts of equipment. We were able to hire PR and do some advertising. It was great. Very successful on that front. We didn't really make anything on the event, although you could argue that wasn't really the purpose. The purpose was to do this podcast marathon to raise awareness for podcasting and to celebrate the whole thing. This year, I had said, after last year's experience, where it was so tiring and it was so much, my wife and I both said, that's it. We're not doing this again. The return on investment was low because we were just so depleted afterwards. But the people that were involved, the podcasters, the performers that were there, we held a concurrent YouTube marathon, the people that did that, and then the fans that were there. The response was amazing. There were people standing there as I'm falling over saying, please, give us a date for the third one. And I'm going, never again. We're never doing it again. How could we not?
Right.
People wanted it. People loved it. It fits our brand. We love to celebrate like creativity, and that's really what this does. So Matt, here's the story. I had said never again, and Martha had agreed with me, never again. And I have this project I do on Facebook where for a while I was doing it regularly. Now I kind of sparse it out, but I call them dream posts. Mm-hmm. And I will write about dreams. I think I talked about this last week.
Yeah,
one of my dreams was writing a book, right?
Right.
Well, there is another part to that story. So this is part 2, right? So we can do part 2. A few months ago, I made a decision to go out for a walk, to take the entire day off. I wasn't going to do anything except dream. I wanted to put that out there. I said it on my dream post, like, take a day and do this. Don't do any work on your projects. Take time to dream. And I had to force it. That's a difficult thing, to just pull the plug on everything and say, you know what, I'm just taking a walk. And that's what I did. I went out for a walk. And the way these work is I try to silence myself. I try to close everything out. So all I'm hearing are, the birds and the leaves and, around here, the cars going by. And I got to that point very quickly. Sometimes it takes me, a mile of walking. Sometimes it takes me a few minutes. This time I went from my house to the end of my street, and already I was in the zone. And the very first message I got was, and this is where you go silent. You're not thinking of your to-dos. You just kind of say, what do you got for me?
Yeah.
I'm a Christian, so I say, hey, God, what have you got for me? If you're not, just, hey, universe, what have you got for me? And really try not to have, your to-do thoughts cloud this. And I got to that point very quickly, and I'm just kind of walking, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to get on this walk? First thing I got is, you're doing the podcast marathon again. And Matt, it was like somebody punched me in the gut. I mean, I just went, this is unbelievable. No. In fact, I think I audibly yelled out no, and kind of held onto my stomach. And I was like, it's not happening again. It's so much work, and it's so difficult on us. And then I got a message that, no, this is the year you grow it. This is the year that it gets the attention that it deserves. And that meant a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
I came home. In fact, just to finish up that story, I came home after quite an extensive walk. I was probably out there 2 hours. I didn't work. All I did was I grabbed my notebook and wrote. And I filled a notebook with ideas. They were flowing so fast. And once again, these weren't to-dos. I didn't go, here are all the things I have to do for the marathon. This was, here's the marathon. Here's the book. Here's this one podcast thing. Here's a film thing. Here's a this. Here's a that. It was just one after the other, and I filled a notebook with these. And then finally I said, okay, Martha, let's talk. And I told her, and she had the same reaction about the marathon. She said, no, why did you even say that, Mm-hmm. Then we agreed it had to happen. And that's where we're at. So here we are. I contacted Chris over at the Blue Box and said, we're doing it again. I chummed the waters by putting out just a picture that said SMG PM3 on it. It was subtle though, so a lot of people didn't pick up on what I was putting. And then I said, it's happening again as the caption. And some people picked up on it right away. A lot of people did not, and they were writing, what is this about? What's going on? And then we finally revealed that we were going to do this again. Chris was on board. He said the same thing. He said, are you kidding me? We're doing this again? Yep, we are. And he's fully on board. As soon as I said, yeah, we're committed, he said, I'm committed, and we're doing this thing. And that brought us to this idea of, okay, what do we really need to do this and make it the best thing possible? And one of the things was we wanted to get the word out more. We wanted to make it a more special event this time. So we decided to do an Indiegogo. We're doing it as a flexible goal, which means, yes, a higher percentage is taken by Indiegogo than if we said our goal is, $1,000 and, you have to hit it in order to collect that money. We did a flexible goal where we get the money no matter what. So if we only got $25, we're going to get our percentage of that $25. Mm-hmm. What we did was we picked a number. We went with $1,000 as a goal, strictly for things like, well, I'll give you one example. We're having a poster done by a guy named Tom Kelly. He's a graphic artist. He does incredible work. In fact, if you look up on DeviantArt, look up Tom Kelly art. I have a Daredevil print by him that is just spectacular. He said he gave us a great deal and said he is going to do a poster specifically for our event that we can, have up, and we can sell posters and T-shirts and all that kind of fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have ideas to do like, anybody can do flyers, but we want to do the coffee cup warmers. Those cardboard things you get when you buy a coffee cup.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We have a source for those where we can have one specific to the podcast marathon. Like, we're trying to make an immersive experience with all this really cool and kind of artistic stuff. This Indiegogo, the purpose of it is to help us pay for that stuff. Because like I said, last year we really didn't make any money. Well, the money to do this kind of stuff, to advertise or to get a poster made that's not just, donated or created by me,
right?
Which is not as impressive. Is the one last year was great, but that was donated. This year, we went to Tom. He's this great artist, and we're like, look, what can we do? We need the funds to do that. A couple other things I want to highlight. We also this year specifically have gone after things that are stretching the limits of podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, a lot of the shows on there were regular podcasts. There were a couple of special guests that did other things, but one in particular, we had a group called Down in Front that came in, and they do a live show where it's basically Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Okay.
They did a 20-minute show on the marathon where we showed it on video. They did their thing. It was really funny. It was really cool. So this year we said, let's expand on that. So we're trying to we're still working on the lineup. I've got a few I can reveal, but we're still working it out. We're trying to have some things that are more like, I don't want to say panels, because most panels can be boring, but let's face it, Matt, you've seen my panels. That's the kind of thing we want to have, is people that are
right.
excited and having these really fun, interesting panels that maybe it's not a podcast. Maybe it's almost like a little show. We also have, and our fingers are crossed here, we have a couple of bands that want to come out and maybe take a half-hour slot and play some acoustic stuff there and, give us some different flavor. We're looking for things that are different, for acts. We've got a theater that was named in the Reader. I believe it got the runner-up for Best Theater in Chicago. They're trying to put together like a live table read for a half hour of an original science fiction piece.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
I mean, yeah, with professional actors and everything. I mean, that's something unique, something that when people watch this, they'll be like, yeah, I see what the vision of podcasting is. It's not just us sitting around talking about how great The Flash is or talking about the game we just played. It's so much more, and it has so much more potential. So that's what the real focus of this is, and that's why we have an Indiegogo.
Excellent. Last year you guys asked for $900. You hit $1,100.
Yeah.
So a bit over. You hit your first stretch goal. That was fantastic. This year, you like you said, you're asking for about 1,000, or you're asking for 1,000.
Yeah, you know why that happened? We were filling it out, and we just put a number, and then I couldn't go back and change it. So we just said, you know what? Since we're going to do the flexible goal anyway. We're going to put that as a number. Would we use that? Absolutely. We've got a laundry list of things to make this better that we would add. Fortunately, this time it's not equipment. So right now we're sitting at 19%. We've got $185. We know exactly what that'll be used for.
Excellent.
If tomorrow somebody dropped in $5,000, I tell you what, we would know exactly what that would be used for, and it's all to improve the experience of this marathon.
Excellent. And you guys have 11 days left on this, so it's going to be finishing up on the 11th of September. Is that correct?
Yes.
Excellent.
September 11th is when it is done for us.
And
I do have something I can reveal on here.
Oh, excellent. Go right ahead. Yeah.
Always good to have a reveal. Actually, I've got a couple of things. First of all, the lineup is looking really cool. We've added a couple of new things. We've added some people from last year. And this is the first year we have a number of people that have been in before that can't make it this year. So some things that we've added that are new are like there's a real popular Harry Potter podcast called Mugglecast.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming out and doing their show.
Excellent.
There's one of the chapters in our book in Pod Life is from a show called TV Herstory, which is a fantastic show about women characters in television. It's so good. She's coming out. Cynthia is coming out and doing. She just told me today. She's so excited. She's coming out and doing the show at the 2:30 slot. We have Elliot Serrano coming back. He's the Chicago Geek. The name of his thing. Now he's not doing a regular podcast. His section is called British Slang for Kids with Elliot Serrano. Movie Buff, which is a card game. We talked to them at Wizard World this year. They are. We're working out a little bit of a in-kind deal with them, where hopefully we're going to have some that we can auction off or give away at the event, and we're going to actually do a live game show version of Movie Buff. Which, boy, Chris and I stood there and watched them play it, talked to them. Actually, we played with them a little bit. I'm telling you, this thing was a game show just waiting to happen. So there's some fun stuff that will be happening. Plus, we're going to be doing our live YouTube marathon, which I said was not going to happen, just like the marathon. And guess what? Phil
again?
from Capes and Lunatics, Phil Parrish, said, "Well, no, I'll sit and monitor it and help out. It's already halfway full."
Yeah,
I can't believe it. We already have half of that filled. And there were people that wrote me while I was at school tonight, which I just got home from. People that have already written me asking for slots on both the live and the YouTube. I mean, if it gets big enough, we might have to run it on another feed. We'd have 3 different YouTube feeds running at once if that were to happen.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Well, and some excellent news from the Nerds Domain. We will be there. At least some of us will be there. And we will be running at least 3 slots for the Nerds Domain podcast. There Are 4 Lights and Masks of Nyarlathotep. And I'm working on a guest right now that writes a book that is fantastic. And I'm going to see if he'll come out, because he is native to Chicagoland, and that will be an easier run for him than down here in Indy. So
that is awesome news. All right, I got one more for you then. We're just full of spoilers here.
Right.
We are very close to finalizing this deal, and this is a reveal on here. In fact, most of the people that are on the marathon don't know this yet. It looks like a documentary is getting made about the marathon. They will be filming throughout the day, interviewing. So, Matt, you might want to, comb your hair.
But maybe. Well, we're going to be on video. I got to comb my hair either way.
Yeah, you're going to be on video, but it looks like we're going to have an actual documentary made. We have 2 different groups that we're talking to that both want to do it. One of them, both of them actually have had a lot of stuff produced in that. One of them, though, has wanted to do a documentary about Southgate Media Group for a while, just in general. And they have 3 different movies on Amazon Prime right now. So they said, yeah, we know the formula. We know how to do it. We can make this happen. And no matter what, if this does happen the way it looks, we'll be doing a movie premiere. We'll be doing a red carpet at one of these theaters based on this. So, I mean, this is fun stuff that,
yeah,
we haven't really revealed. And is it all inked and done and ready? No. I'm going to say not yet. But does it look like it's happening? Yeah, it does. It totally does. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking about it.
Well, and no matter what, the podcast marathon is going to happen, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's just all the glitz and glam that go along with it so far. Not all of that is guaranteed.
The Indiegogo is helping pay for us to be able to, promote it and have some things on site that are going to be a little different. Things like buttons and posters and things to make the experience more of a special event.
Excellent.
Like I said, we don't need the equipment this year. Last year we had a good run with Kickstarter, and we got lighting and audio equipment and everything that really improved the experience all the way around in that respect. This year we want it to reach more people, and we want to make the on-site experience even better. So,
excellent. Well, let's talk real quick about some of your perks. They're called perks on Indiegogo. I forget that. There are options to guest on Southgate Media Group podcasts. I forgot that I had offered up to let people game with us, so that's an option. So if you guys are all about playing a little bit of a role playing game, I will be happy to run that, and you can have either Chris or Rob come on and round out your table And
yeah, you know how the two of us work. The two of us are going to be there no matter what. So.
Right. So that should be a lot of fun. And then also a storytelling workshop. I don't remember saying that at all, but that doesn't sound. It sounds exactly like what I said.
That is totally you, man.
I know. But there are a lot of options here. Everything from just giving a little bit of money and getting a virtual hug, all the way up through lunch with you and Martha, and then all the way up to some advertising options as far as kind of locking that in.
Yeah, we wanted so that people that are perusing this, that maybe have a company, a small business, or even a larger business would see that and be like, oh, here's an option that might work for me, for my business to promote it.
Right.
Because that's something that we're really looking for this year is sponsorship, whether in kind or financial would, of course, be great. But we're looking for ways to not only promote podcasting, but to show what companies are supporting podcasting, and this is the way you do it.
Excellent.
Probably the most popular thing from last time we did this, when we did the Kickstarter, and I'm going to say I have a feeling it's going to be the most popular thing here now that we're putting it out there, is the guesting on the different shows.
Mm-hmm.
We split them up on here into different things. So it's like guest on SMG podcast number 2, number 3, number 4. But the reality is you could pretty much pick any one of those and tell us what show you're interested in, because every single show has said, "Oh yeah, I'll have them on."
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, we just had to do it that way so that so people could see the options. But the reality is, no matter which one you pick, it's not like you're going to pick number 2 and go, "Yeah, but I really wanted to be on Masks." It's like, well, okay, well, Masks not on there, but I'm sure Matt will have you on.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, last year we had a guy that did it for 80s Reboot, and he had the best time. He was a great guest, and it was just so much fun. And it made me wish that more people had done it on my shows, because there's nothing better than interacting with fans.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I always get a wonderful feeling from meeting our fans and getting a chance to interact with them and meet them. So this is the podcast marathon itself is October 7th. You're running 8 a.m. To 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, which that's all you weird people over in Chicago have the weird times.
Well, and here's the deal with that. It is going to stream on YouTube Live, as long as internet holds out there, which it should. We've never had serious trouble. We plan to run it, and that's on the Southgate Media Group page. Okay? We plan to also run, and we'll see how much of this we can do. It's tricky, but we plan to run it actually on Facebook Live on Southgate Media Group's page as well. So if you're somebody who is a Facebook user, you can just pop on, and the marathon's going on all day. We'll probably turn it off, turn it back on, turn it off, turn it on, but it'll always pop up to the top and refresh after each show.
Right.
And then Capes and Lunatics, which is one of our shows, that's the one Phil has. He's going to be running the other marathon, the YouTube only one, on their feed. And if by some chance, we fill that up and we need more space, we have a couple other YouTube channels that we can, open up a live feed on and say, okay, we're running a marathon here. Or maybe we theme them out, maybe we get people that want to do, live gaming or whatever. Okay. Hey, we even have a Twitch channel. We could even get video gamers to run their Twitch marathon.
Excellent. Well, lots of options here for supporting it. Definitely going to be a great event. I'm looking forward to getting up to Elgin. It's a nice little area. I love the Blue Box.
Oh yeah, well, it's a Doctor Who cafe if you don't know. And there's only 2, I think, in the country right now. There's a Blue Box in Chicago or in Elgin, and then there's Pandorica in New York, and they're both great. And obviously, I'm partial. Blue Box is the greatest.
Right.
Chris and Kathleen that own it, great people. The food, the coffee, it's wonderful. It's been our podcast home for 3 years for all of our live stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember what I ate the first time I was there, but that was jet lag. That's not my fault. But the second time I had a tuna melt, and it was amazing.
Yeah, I always get the turkey Reuben, which I'm more of a traditional Reuben guy, but the turkey Reuben there for some reason is crazy good.
Well, I will have to check that out on the 7th of October. So you guys have 11 days left. I want to keep hammering that out. So this is going to end.
We're at $185 right now, but we weren't really promoting this because we were promoting Pod Life so heavily.
Right.
As of now that Pod Life is, on its legs, this is what we're really pushing for. So we're at 185. We're at 19% to goal. Spread the word. Share it with people. Even if you can't throw in $5, and that happens. I mean, we've been there. Share it with friends. Share it with family. One of the most effective things you can do is, if you do like podcasts, if you do like this, and you're like, you know what, I really do want to help out, which a lot of people genuinely feel that way, go to Facebook Messenger and just copy the link and write just a quick, 1 or 2 sentences like, hey, I think this is really cool. I think you'd like it. And send it to everybody on your Facebook Messenger list. You would be surprised the impact that'll have.
Yeah. And if you guys want to get me a birthday present, September 11th is my birthday. Go ahead and you can go ahead and give money to the podcast marathon, and that'll be a great birthday present.
That would be awesome. Notice how Matt's fishing there too.
No, I expect to have a great time on after my birthday because this went off well. So Chicago is probably going to be my birthday present.
I have a feeling there might be cake there too. I'm just putting that out there.
I like cake. If Molly makes it, I'm definitely there. Yeah. Anything else that we want to touch on? It should be a great time, right?
Yeah, it's going to be incredible. I'm telling you. Every year, this is the third. The first year when it ended, I said never again. I was beat. Right away, we were right back to it. This one, I said, no way, never again. And here we are, and I could not be more excited. I am just itching to get to October 7th. I can't wait. It's one of the greatest things we do all year. It is so much fun for everybody there.
Excellent. Well, we've got we've got a ways to go, but I have faith in our listeners and in the fans of Southgate Media Group that we'll get all the way there, if not past it, and then Rob will have to work and get some great stretch goals out there. Yeah, anything else you want to touch on before we head out?
No, I think that's it. You can follow us. I'll give some social media stuff here. You can find the website at southgatemediagroup.com. In fact, I am working on updating a page on there that'll be filled with the videos from the last 2 years.
Yeah.
You can find us on our YouTube channel as well, just Southgate Media Group. You can follow me on Twitter at
Southgate.
It's R Southgate. I get it confused. Follow me at R Southgate. Follow me on Instagram at Rob Southgate.
There you go.
If you look up on Facebook, you can follow Southgate Media Group. You can also follow the podcast marathon. I think you just type in SMG podcast marathon, and there is a page for that, which we have not done a lot with thus far because we didn't have a lot of announcements. But now the announcements are starting to roll in. So get ready. You're going to start seeing, the absolute defined lineup coming through, what some of the special acts are. If these 2 bands show up, we're going to know. I should know by tomorrow about the one band, and I'm telling you, I'm so excited. It's legit. You know what I mean?
Excellent.
It's great.
Excellent.
So follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. I will be announcing everything through my stuff, or follow the company stuff, and we'll be announcing it through there.
Excellent. Well, all right. Well,
and follow the Blue Box Cafe too.
Oh yeah.
It's at Blue Box Cafe 176, I believe, on Twitter, and just Blue Box Cafe on Instagram. Chris will be updating with all the special things going on there as well. If he does what he did last year, he had a couple of special drinks.
Nice.
We have a big joke that Alil, who's on This Week in Geek, we always did it live there. He called himself Hot Buttered Alil for his movie show, which is so gross.
Yeah.
Well, last year, Chris made the Hot Buttered Alil coffee, which we were laughing like, how gross. It was amazing.
Oh, that's good.
It was amazing. Everybody that dared drink it, because they're like, ew, Hot Buttered Alil, went, oh my gosh, you should add this to your lineup. It was so good. So he's already said he's working on a couple of special things for this year too. So
excellent. All right.
Yeah.
Well, check that out. And thank you guys for listening. And we will talk to you real soon.
And that'll do us tonight for Go Fund This, a podcast from Nerds Domain. Remember, you can email us at nerdsdomain@gmail.com or find us on facebook.com/nerdsdomain, on Twitter @nerdsdomain, or over at our site at nerdsdom.com. Be sure to sign up for the newsletter while you're there. You can head over to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. We want to thank Jarby McCoy for our music. Don't forget, you can support us at patreon.com/nerdsdomain and check out our shirts at slashloot.com.